Hot 97, number one for hip hop. It's TT. Got my special guest in the building today. Introduce yourself to everybody.
Yes, it's P to the H to the double ELZ. This is Pheelz, Mr. Finesse, Mr. Electricity, and it feels good to be here.
I like your name, by the way. It's just so like smooth and like it goes with your whole vibe.
Yes.
Like you can feel the vibes, and you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So was that intentionally done, your name? How did you pick that name?
I think it was intentionally done, but I don't think I did it. I think like the universe did it because that name came from my chemistry teacher in school. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy. Because
So what kind of student were you for them to say this is going to be your name? This is what I'm calling you.
I was a science student, so I was his favorite chemistry student, and but then in school I would always like do music and write poems, and like I wrote poems for my seniors in school. That was how I made lunch money to like do it.
So they would pay you to write poems
for their for their girlfriends and the girl they're trying to like talk to.
So it was like a real business for you.
Yeah, it was a real venture for sure. And like all that like combined with like me talking to my chemistry teacher about how I felt and like just being human. You get me? And then like he just started calling me Feels. Yeah.
Interesting. I like that. So you're smart. You're good in chemistry
from time to time.
So you could have been like a chemist, find a cure for AIDS or the cure for cancer or something like that?
For sure.
Wow. Do you still kind of dabble into that world?
Not anymore because like, I found a better way to like, express myself. Like, music just took over.
Yeah.
And, that was all that, had my focus.
Was chemistry your favorite subject in school?
No, it was further mathematics actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're super smart.
I was a geek in school. Yeah, man. Yeah.
But no, I find that very interesting. But you decided to move along to music. Was your parents happy about that?
Oh no, not at first. But I mean, when the checks started rolling in, But yeah, man, like, cause like African parents, like it's one of three jobs. It's be a doctor, be an engineer, be a lawyer, and like from the jump, I already knew like since I was 5 that I wanted to do music for the rest of my life. But yeah, my parents didn't take that well at all.
Wow.
Yeah, it was.
So how did you have to convince them? Like, when you decided to like pursue music, did you have to convince them? Like, let me follow this passion?
At first I had to, but like this is where I believe in the universe so much because like my dad all of a sudden just said he dreamt and some people told him to let me go, that they are going to watch over me. And I'm like, thank you. But yeah, because my dad, like, he sees visions and he dreams. Like, he has that gift of, like, tapping into that world and that realm. And, like, he just woke up one day and was like, don't worry, we're going to let you go. But just make sure you remember the son of who you are.
Yeah.
And, all that, father-son talk. And I was just 12.
It was 12.
Yeah,
wow.
At this point. But like, he let me go into the streets and pursue my music. I go into a couple of studios and started learning.
Say, did you started going in the studios at 12 years old?
Yeah, I got my first internship at 12. It was a huge record label called Coded Tunes in Nigeria, by one of the biggest legends in the music production industry. His name is ID Kabasa. Yeah, so like that was who I interned under and then started, learning the ropes because before that I had, taught myself how to play the keys, how to play the drums, a little bit of the flute and the piccolo and the saxophone and the guitar and all that, like, but like, that internship really like launched me into like the full, music producer, songwriter vibe and yeah.
Yeah. So how important was it for you to have your parents' approval? Would you have done it if they didn't give it to you?
Yes.
Yeah.
To be very honest, at that point, it was all about the music and I was really stubborn about it. So I would have done it if they didn't approve. I would have like ran out of the house or something wild like that. But yeah, because it was the music, man. Like the music had me in a chokehold from early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. So you had this internship and you are very, very well known for your writing and your producing. But I guess that comes from learning the art of music, right?
Yeah.
And learn and self-teaching yourself how to play these instruments, because I don't know many artists who know how to play multiple instruments like you do. That's really a talented gift.
Oh, thank you.
So did you fall in love with the art of writing and making music first before stepping in front of the camera and being a full-fledged artist?
So I'd wanted to be in front of the camera, but I was too shy back then. Like so I would like write songs and like write for other artists, and fun fact, the main reason why I started producing was so I could make beats for the songs that I had written as like a child. So like I was an artist first. I was just too shy to be in front of the camera growing up. So I would just write songs for other artists and just,
Wow.
just
Who was the
do
first?
it.
I know you worked with Tia Savage and some of these big Afrobeat artists, but who was the first person that you actually sat down and written a record for and was like, oh my God, like this is exactly where I'm supposed to be?
That would be there's an artist called Olamide. He's a rapper
Yes.
in Nigeria. Yeah, I made my first hit with him when I was 16 years old. Yeah, it's a song called First of All, and it was an instant hit, and like that just told me that you're doing something right, like you're really good at this, and the world needs to hear you out.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Did you think back then that Afrobeats would have exploded the way it has in the American market?
No, not at all. Cause
Yeah.
back then, like we were self sufficient. Like as long as Africa vibed with it, we were okay. As long as Nigeria vibed with it, like that meant the world to us. Like we weren't really thinking after that.
Yeah.
Because like we couldn't really see it in a way.
Yeah, you didn't think that the world would embrace your culture as it has.
Yeah, because we didn't really think about that, and to be honest, we didn't really care because we were just doing our thing and we're like expressing our art the way we know how to, and that was the most important thing.
Yeah, it's such a vibe, though.
Yes.
The culture, and I've never been to Nigeria. It's on my bucket list to go. I
Yeah,
really,
we need to
really
fix
want to
that.
go.
We need to fix that
I
for sure.
really want to go. I've been saying that for a very long time, but it's like when you listen to the music, you're engulfed in this vibe, this essence, this like feeling. It's just it's like intriguing. It's alluring. It's just you lose yourself in it. It's a beautiful. It's a beautiful sound. It's a beautiful culture.
Yeah, but it's not a sound really. It's a spirit.
It's a spirit.
Yeah, that's what Afrobeat is. It's the Afro spirit. So like when you hear the sound, like that gives you a sneak peek into the world of the Afro spirit. And that's what you feel. That's why it feels so good, and it just, no pun intended. But that's why it feels so good, and you just want to groove and you just want to dance because, that's like a sneak peek into the Afro spirit. Now imagine when you come to Nigeria and you eat the food and you like, see like the streets and like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's some part of it is not pretty, but like you can love it. Like it has its own beauty, like, and its own love and its own energy. And if you key into that, then you understand fully what Afrobeat is and like what the sound represents.
Yeah, speak to me a little bit more about the Afro spirits. Like, how do you connect with that?
First, you have to be on ground for like a bit. Like just come home and see. Notice how I call it home.
Yeah.
Yeah, just come home and see. Eat the food, talk to the people, like go to the clubs.
Yeah.
And understand like how we thrive and how we hustle and see the problems and see how we like navigate through all that. Like, because there's a lot happening back home, but if there's one thing you can be sure for every single Nigerian is we would find joy no matter what. And it's not in like drugs or anything crazy. It's the music, it's the art, it's ourselves,
the love of the
it's the
people.
love of the people, it's happiness.
Love of
like,
each other.
Exactly.
My friends just came. I'm not sure if they were in Nigeria, but they were in Africa for a festival that Chance the Rapper did.
Yeah.
And a couple of my friends said the experience was like so amazing. Like when they would watch soccer, they would put the TV outside so the whole
Outside.
neighborhood
Exactly.
can watch
The viewing center,
together.
yeah.
So I found that just to be so amazing how that the culture is we look out for each other.
Yes.
I know everybody probably isn't like that, but that's just the sense of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like it, bro. The Afro spirit is.
When you gonna invite me, man? I
No,
need
we
an
need to
invitation.
fix that. We need to fix that for sure.
Where's he performing? I need an invitation over there.
Yeah, we're gonna make sure we fix that for sure.
So,
I got you.
So tell me, what's next for you? I mean, you had this explosive record. Did you think it was gonna be this big?
To be honest, nah, man. Like to be very honest, like, cause I don't like, like I'm that kind of artist that likes being human.
And you're very humble too.
I
I
mean,
get
like
that.
this is just who I am. I'm not trying to be someone else. But yeah, like I never thought it would. I just knew it was a dope song.
Yeah.
And like, it was an amazing record. And I just posted a video online. And the rest was, like I said again, the universe and the fans and God, like, it was just mind blowing. I'm still trying to like understand what happened because
Yeah.
it was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you produce that yourself?
Oh no, I co-produced it with my intern.
Wow.
Yeah, see how crazy that is?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I'd met him and he started interning with me and I started like showing him the ropes and teaching him and then he just started the Finesse beat. And I heard that and I'm like, okay, you're growing up now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I added, a little bit of the Pheelz touch, wrote the song and fun fact, the day I finished recording the song was the same day I posted the video that trended all over social media.
Wow.
That same night.
Wow.
Crazy.
Wow, that's amazing. How do you write your songs? Do you start with the hook first or do you start with the verses? Or it's just basically how you feel the music?
It's organized chaos. It's everywhere. It's everywhere, man. Sometimes it starts with the chorus. Sometimes it starts with just melody. Because sometimes I just want to close my eyes and just let that energy out without lyrics. Just the melodies, just the vibe. And then I add the lyrics in there after, and that was how I recorded Finesse. Wow. So like it started from that, and like I did all the melodies, and then I added the lyrics to it, and yeah.
How has life changed for you since you put that record out?
Wow. First of all, it's a lot more flights.
It's less sleep. You're not getting a lot of sleep
for sure. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't trade this for anything. Just like the beauty of seeing the fan on stage losing their minds and I'm losing my mind on stage as well, and we're just sharing energy and like sitting at the radio station and talking to you and like having interviews and having like a space to express myself. This is no longer that shy kid that that back then, but like, man, it's just a blessing I don't take for granted, man. And it's good to be here, and I'm gonna stay here for as long as possible for sure. Yeah.
It's interesting. I was reading an article about you on Billboard, and Steve-O flew. He heard the record, and he flew immediately to sign you. Steve-O.
Shout out to Steve-O.
So me, him, and Young Sav came in the game together. It's so interesting.
Wow.
I used to go to, when they were mix show people, doing mix show promotions, I used to go to the Def Jam artists, Def Jam building just to hang out with them.
Wow.
And like I used to always tell them, even like when we were all hustling, just getting into this game, I used to say, you and Sav are going to be the biggest executives in the game.
Wow, that's amazing.
Because their ear for music, they always had this great ear for music. And I used to be like, I'm gonna be the biggest radio personality. You guys are gonna be the biggest executives in the game. So when I read the article that he flew right out to Paris to come sign you after hearing the record, I was like, wow, he knew right there that you was the one.
Yeah, shout out to Steve-O, man. He's an amazing guy. And like when he flew, like he wasn't in any condition to fly actually, because I think he broke his leg or something. So he was limping to the meeting. I'm like, who's this guy? Yeah, man.
Wow.
Yeah,
interesting.
amazing.
So the vibe was just right.
Yeah,
and he was like, I'm gonna
right.
do this deal.
For sure. It felt like home. So like, and that's very important for me. Like I need a space to feel safe, and like it felt like that. So
and to be yourself, right?
Yeah,
and to be creative and do music how you love to do music.
Facts.
What is on your next thing to accomplish as far as goals and whatnot?
Man, it's more music. I want to go on tour as well. Because now that I have the world listening, I have a lot more to offer, and I'm going to be dishing it out back to back. So it's more music, it's more tours. I'm getting into fashion as well, getting into the tech space. Because like I said, man, it's the Afro spirit. Like it's bigger than music, and I'm trying to like communicate that, and I'm also trying to educate America and the world about like the Afro spirit, and making them understand that this is not a box, this is not an Afrobeat category. This is music, this is black music, and this is what we have to offer.
Yeah, it's culture.
It's culture.
Yeah, and you can feel it. You can feel it in the vibes.
Facts.
So can we talk about when's the next project? When's it dropping? All that good stuff?
Yes. There's an EP dropping on the 10th of February.
Just
So
in
like,
time for Valentine's Day.
Just exactly.
And by the way,
exactly.
how you maneuvering with Valentine's Day? You used
man.
to write poetry for girls, so I know everybody hitting your line. Matter of fact, can you give me a couple of things I could text right away? You know, send me something sweet to send my
that's
baby.
hilarious.
Like, hey, let me just drop you a couple of lines.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm single right now, so like Valentine is going to be a lot of self-love and a lot of fan
Nah,
love.
that means you're dating. That means someone you get a little something, something. You get a little something, something. You can spread the love, and it's okay.
Yeah, I'm on my Oprah Winfrey mode
Yeah,
right
you
now.
get
Everybody
it. You
gets-
get something. You get something.
Yeah, man. But yeah, like, Pheelz is single, just sharing love with everybody and with the tribe and with the fans. I dropped a single a couple of days ago called Stand By You. I call it SSM music. I don't know if I can say that on air,
Yeah,
but
you
like,
can say it.
yeah,
Go
so
ahead.
it's called slow stroke music.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it's for
Okay.
all.
All right, so we know what that means.
Exactly.
Getting into it. All right.
It's tested and trusted as well.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, so that's Stand By You. The EP drops in a couple of days and it's gonna be beautiful. It's called Pheelz Good. And I'm trying to communicate different feelings. So there's the lover boy feeling. That's where you have songs like the slow stroke music, Stand By You. There's a song called Feels Like Summer. And there's the bad boy feeling where you have finesse, or you just want to be in the club and pop bottles and just hang out. You have balling. You have a song called Pablo Escobar.
Yeah.
Then there's the tribal, the home feeling, the cultural feeling where you have songs like Ewele and songs like Emilayemi. So like the EP is spread into 3 different feeling and they all feels good.
Yeah, and they all kind of just have one sonic sound to it.
Fact.
Wow. I can't wait to check it out.
Yes,
I'm excited.
It's amazing. I'm really proud of it.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I'm going on vacation. That's when I like to, when I go on vacation, all I listen to is, I'm going to change my narrative, Afro spirit music. Instead of Afrobeats, Afro spirit music.
Yes.
It's just a vibe. It puts you in that space. Well, congratulations on everything. I'm excited.
So
February
much.
10th, everybody. What's the name of the EP?
Feels good.
Feels Good is available. Thank you so much for stopping by. You have been a pleasure to speak with.
Thank you so
much. And don't do too much slow stroking on Valentine's Day, okay? Save a little bit of that, all right?
I'll try.
All right, Hot 97, everybody.